Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series number 96, Python Patrol Copperhead. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top flap, we've got 4-and-up plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. G.I. Joe Classified Series, and it's embossed, just the G.I. Joe and the stripes, not the Classified Series. Then on the front there, we've got a nice digital render, at least I'm guessing that's what it is, of the accessories. Then we've got a nice practical photography shot of the figure in question. Python Patrol, some nice artwork right there of Copperhead. G.I. Joe Classified Series, again, this is embossed, but not the Classified Series. Cobra, Copperhead, Cobra, and Hasbro print. On the bottom, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue, just in case you forgot from where I talked about it earlier. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode on this side. Nice artwork of Copperhead, G.I. Joe Classified Series number 96. On this side, Cobra. And then there's Copperhead again, he's number 96. Here's a QR code that you can scan if you want to, but it probably just takes you to shop.hasbro.com rather than anything significant for this figure. And then there's his skill set. The stripes come around from the front and they're still embossed on this side as well. On the back, number 96, Cobra Copperhead. He stands 6.4 inches or 163 millimeters. There's a nice digital render of the figure and the accessories, and then there's some close-up of some details. There's his skill set again. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Parents, GIJoe.com. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, and another couple of symbols I'm not going to learn in Hasbro print. And that, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessories. And first up, we have his machete. And you can see it's got some stuff on it there, where he's been chopping through the jungle, I suppose. But other than that, nice silver paint app for the blade, and it looks like it's probably molded in this black plastic, and then the paint app's over it. And I don't know if this is tampos or dry brush, or I don't know what that is, but it looks kind of cool. Next up, we have his revolver, and I do believe the color is different this time. It's copper, perhaps. So maybe just copper plated, I don't know. But it looks cool. It's a long barreled revolver. It's got a sight on it, so he's just plugging away at stuff. Nice molded details, and I do think it has nice color to it. It's probably molded in this black plastic. And then finally, we have the holster for said revolver, and it's all molded in black plastic. It does have some nice textural details on it, and then it's got some paint apps there for the ammunition. It's got a strap here that's supposed to close down over the gun. It doesn't always work the greatest, but the gun fits right in the holster, and the strap is long enough. It It doesn't like to stay. Maybe it'll stay that time. Maybe I got it in there good enough. So that's how that would go. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And if you have the regular classified Copperhead, most of this is not that different. The only difference is the paint, just like the original Python Patrol figure. So very bright. Maybe it helps them mix in the jungle. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that would be the case, but this is supposed to imbue them with like Python power or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really follow Python Patrol or Tiger Force that much. So he's got some nice paint apps or deco hits there on the helmet, and this stripe does go almost all the way around. And the eyes look pretty good. Eyebrows. Excuse me. And then like the cross print on his stuff. I mean, it does look kind of neat. And then of course he's got the Python Patrol logo there on his tank top. And then he's got this overlay here that has this holster for a small pistol there, but you know, there's no removable piece. It doesn't flap open or anything like that. He's got this overlay on his arm, and it's over here on the other side as well. Down here he's got this belt overlay. It's got the sheath for his machete, and then he's got his belt buckle there with the skull and stuff. Skull and snakes, I want to say. Then he's got this bright color on the inside legs of his pants, and they look quilted or cushioned or something. And then here on the outside in black. And then, you know, he's wearing some black boots. And, you know, that cross pattern goes all the way down the arms to the wrist, or just above the wrist there. And the hands are black. These are overlays, but they may be glued in place, I think. Or maybe they're not overlays. No, they're not. They're molded on to the figure. And I have to say, I like the look of the face. It does. It's a little creepy. So let's talk about his articulation real quick. He looks up that high. He can look down that low. He's got chicken neck. He's got waggle. He's got a little attitude. He can do the full exorcist. There's a butterfly joint in the shoulder. It goes back that far, forward that far. 360 degrees worth of rotation, and he can raise his arm up that high, which is better than 90 degrees, and this overlay here will come loose. Cut at the upper bicep, 360 degrees of rotation there. Oops. Dang it, overlay. I don't like these overlay pieces. Double hinged, pinless elbow. See if I can get it all the way. Yeah. Looks like it'll give you that much bend. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an up and down hand with a trigger finger, and up and down on this trigger finger hand as well. There's what I like to call the Marvel Legends standard ab hinge. It lets him lean back that far, but he does have a ball joint or half dumbbell in the waist as well, and that's both of those working in conjunction. He can lean back that far, and he can hunch forward that far, which looks like he'd be doing that in the jungle. So he's got hula. He can lean left and right, and he does have a 360 degree rotation there as well. Stupid overlays. So at the hips, there's a pull down joint. It allows him to pretty much give you the full splits. He can kick forward that far, a little less than 90 degrees. Back that far, which is pretty good. Cut at the upper thigh, 360 degrees worth of rotation there. Double hinged pinless knee gives you that much bend. At about the mid thigh, there is a boot cut, 360 degrees of rotation there. And then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and then it does have a pin for ankle rocker. So that's pretty cool. Now, as far as his accessory storage goes, the machete just goes right here in the sheath. Sometimes it likes to go easily, sometimes not so much. So there's how that works. And then the post on the holster here just goes into the port on his back, and that's how that goes. And there you have it, my friends. I'll look at the figure and his accessories and storage. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Copperhead with the regular release G.I. Joe Classified Series Copperhead, and the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Cobra Officer. Here we have the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Copperhead with the Valaverse Action Force Special Deployment Series Swarm Sentry and the Valaverse Action Force Scarab. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Copperhead, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final ramblings on the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Copperhead, I have to say, it's a striking bunch of colors, 90s nostalgia, wrapped up in G.I. Joe. And, those neon colors were everywhere in the 90s, throughout the 90s. Just neon, bright colors in the toy aisle. And not to say they didn't have them in the 80s as well, but, the before the Python Patrol stuff, we got pretty normal colored G.I. Joe figures. I mean, yeah, there were some that were sci-fi and blowtorch, they were very bright, but not in the way that Python Patrol is. Tiger Force, maybe not as much. I only picked up one Tiger Force figure, and that was Outback. But as far as this guy goes, I mean, if you like Copperhead, you're gonna like this. If you like the standard classified Copperhead, you'll like this. Still doesn't come with a Cobra moccasin, so there is that. People have been 3D printing them, so if you really need that vehicle for this figure, it looks like that might be the route you have to take. Who knows if Hasbro will ever get around to doing that, even though it's probably one of the most popular Cobra vehicles. And then, you've got the Dreadnought's most popular vehicle, the Thunder Machine. So, but I feel like we're probably getting close to something on that front. Who knows? But, you know, I mean, if you like Copperhead and you like Python Patrol, then, you know, this is definitely a pickup for you. This isn't mine. My son, Digital K-Boy, he wanted this figure, and we found it on clearance at Target.com. And this has been a while back, so. And he was gracious enough to lend it to me for a review. And so now I have reviewed it. And my friends, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.